I've actually put some effort and research into this next wee trip away. I've also hit a couple of snags, the first of which we'll get to in a second.
I messed up.
I gave Park for Night a try. I was thinking Mintlaw is reasonably central. That might be somewhere nice to stop off. There's plenty of places to go, there's lots of facilities, plenty of takeaway choice. But the app reckons I should park up for the night at Aden Circle. I think that sounds a bit residential, personally. Yeah, that's definitely someone's front garden. I'm not stopping there for the night, not a chance. However, it's come up with an alternative suggestion. Just north of the town, there's a place called White Cow Woods. Now, this looks a little bit more promising. It's also got the advantage of just being a couple of miles away from where I need to stop off. So I nipped out for supplies, and this is where I found my first problem. I got to Tesco and discovered the van wouldn't lock. So I decided to chance it and did the world's quickest run round the supermarket. I mean, this was quicker than supermarket sweep. And I ran past all the inflatable pineapples too. I headed back home and I thought I'll try and change the battery in the key fob. It's usually something simple like that, but it wasn't. So I did some digging online and had a look at the fuse box. It wasn't a blown fuse either, but you know what it was?
It was down to the sliding door not being quite right shut. I mean, from the outside, you wouldn't have known. It was only when I got to work on Monday morning, I wanted to get something out of the side door, which I obviously had to open from inside. Once I'd shut the sliding door again, I heard the relay click and I was like, oh, you're kidding me. Is that really it? So it wasn't the key fob battery, it wasn't a fuse. Luckily, it wasn't the receiver, the transponder chip and the key itself looked okay. It was the sliding door. Brilliant. Free fixes are free fixes. On the upside, I did email a local locksmith. This was at like 9:45 on Sunday night. I thought, they'll reply to me sometime tomorrow afternoon. The guy was on it. I mean, he must have been on his phone when I emailed. Within 15 minutes, I had a message back going, do you the key for 130 quid. We can come out to you tomorrow. Where are you going to be? In the end, it was 120 quid. And look, shiny new key. Even got the logo unlike my other ones, so I've now got a spare key for the van, and I know that there's nothing up with the central locking. Let's get back out exploring.
Well, after a quick coffee stop anyway, I headed north again, headed out to Mintlaw, which I must admit has changed quite a bit since the last time I was here. There's loads of new houses, the garden centre has changed hands, but not everything's different. The good news is the square is still round. It's still a giant roundabout, which is a bit ironic, I know. Anyway, I nipped into the shops, bagged a couple of fine pieces to take to my friend's house, since I was able to lock the van again.
I now just need to find White Cow Woods, which I know is on the road to Stricken, and that's as much as I know, because I've never been here before, so I'll punch it into the phone and see where SatNav takes us. Hopefully, somewhere vaguely close.
In 1/4 mile, turn right.
Now, it turns out it would. It was actually pretty damn close. Even though I overshot the turning.
Bingo.
Now in the distance you can maybe see the masts. That's Mormont Hill, that's in Stricken. And that's exactly where I'll be heading tomorrow. Somewhere at the foot of the hill is where my friends stay. It's funny how this walking builds up an appetite, but this is where problem number 2 sprang up.
I was all set to get the stove out and get my tin of beans and sausages on the go, but there's no ring pull thing, and I don't have a tin opener in the van, so short of bashing the thing off against a tree stump or a big rock, I think it's going to be a light dinner. What did I bring with me? A jam Swiss roll from the cottage bakery. A couple of rowies. Or I could have a broken mint twirl. Delicious. Can I claim the diet starts tomorrow on the basis that I'm out wild camping in the van? Dinner was a couple of rowies and a mint twirl for technically dessert, I guess. I really couldn't be bothered shifting the van. I can't even be bothered reading my book. Last time I was out, I took my Billy Connolly novel that I've been trying to read for 2 solid years. 2 years. But I think I'm just that tired. The walk's done me the world of good. I think I'll get a good night's kip. I bumped into an old colleague of mine, a guy I haven't seen in years. I just parked up the van and this wee red Renault Kangoo pulled up next to me and I was like, aye, is this another one of these dog walking sites? And then this guy's looking at me and I'm like, I know you. So we ended up walking around White Cow Woods together and he was telling me the observatory just down the road. It's kind of fenced off at the moment, so I had planned to go and have a wee explore there in the morning, but it sounds like it's a waste of time, so I think I'm just going to turn in for the night. Got to go and see friends up in Strichen. That's the point of the trip. I bought some stuff from my mate Michael a couple of years ago, so I've got to go up to theirs in the morning, so I'm going to turn in and turn this torch off, and you can probably see it reflecting there in my glasses. I was around seeing my brother earlier and he was like, you're going to camping tonight, I've got something that might be handy for you. And he gave us this USB powered lantern. It's great, it's got a built-in speaker as well, but sadly it's brighter than the sun, so I'm going to go and get that turned off and I'll catch you in the morning. Morning. I think that's the best night's sleep I've had in the van yet. There's only one group of dog walkers who came in. It's about 7:30. Should probably think about getting up and chucking the kettle on before it gets too busy here. It's nice and quiet at the moment. Since it was an early start, I knew I had some time to shove in. Once I had my coffee and my porridge, I thought I might as well go out and have another wander, see what's out there. You know what? One thing's for sure. I ain't gonna need my sunglasses today. I don't actually know if there's anything up here, or if this is gonna be a complete waste of time. There is an observatory, but I think it's down that way somewhere. Doesn't matter. To be honest, the gate is as far as I got. Before the rain came on, I thought, I can't be bothered with this now. Let's head back to the van, it's nice and dry, so I decided it was time to bolt. I got going and luckily it's only a 5 or 10 minute drive into the village. Now, like so many towns and villages in this neck of the woods, Strichen was once upon a time served by trains. You could get here direct from Aberdeen, up until the 1960s when Dr. Beeching decided, I know, let's get rid of the trains. Nowadays, the old train line's a popular walking and cycling route. It's always mobbed, but there is a campaign going to try and get the lines reopened. Beer garden. After a few wrong turns, I finally made it onto the track that leads to my pal's house. They're only half a mile or so off the main road, and slightly less from the old railway line, which they were telling me they can join from the bridge. It's fine and handy. So I make that my third trip away in the van, and it's probably been the best one yet because I've finally started getting the hang of everything. White Cow Woods, not the worst of places in the world. It was interesting being woken up. You know, goes with the territory, I guess. Thanks again for watching, I really appreciate it. If you want to maybe suggest somewhere for me to go next time, hit the comments, leave your suggestions there, and I'll catch you next time. I'm gonna have to redo this because it's going bouncy bouncy.